May as well.
Yeah, so hey guys, good to see you guys. Glad you guys were able to get a season completed. But just real quick, so JVC, I mean, again, I know some of you guys are familiar with our products, and with the 900s, again, we specifically designed that camera for you guys, for the NFL. It does have, again, all your capabilities that you guys want it to really do. I mean, you guys just want like a down and dirty, good looking camera for a good cost. That's pretty much what we have, with the SDI trigger for the UMR and the HMR. So you guys can still, keep all your, no transcoding or anything like that. We also added, again, maybe for practice or anything like that, we did add some ODK stuff. Again, a lot of the NCAA schools are using it. We also added some auto FTP features in regards to for practice, so you guys don't have to run cards or anything like that. The cameras are actually hooked up to the network. Whenever the video guy is hitting the start stop, you can actually set up in Thunder or in DB Sport like a watch folder. So whenever your drills are done or anything like that, you guys can actually physically on your walkie-talkie say that you guys are done, and somebody and whoever it is can actually import the right directly in. And again, you can do it for practice, or you can do it, but not you guys, but some of the XFL was doing it during game day as well. It seems to work pretty well. It keeps all your data information, like you can actually bring scoreboard data in with it, that Exos will actually read and DB Sport will read. Again, it's in the JVC flavor. I get it. It's not in the Panasonic flavor. But if you guys are using it for practice, you guys don't need to do Final Cut or anything like, or was it the Clean Master and stuff like that. So you just really don't have the transcoding portion of it. The other thing is too, we also developed the handheld version. It's pretty much identical to the 900. Like when I say 900, it's a shoulder mount camera. The 500 is the handheld camera. Same chipset, everything like that. It just has a 1-inch imager on the front of it. In the 720 or in the interop mode, it actually gives you a 40 by zoom lens. That seems to be working pretty well. We got ESPN3 to approve it for their camera to be able to use it for ESPN3. It's working very well. A lot of schools are actually purchasing it now, in regards to, because again, some of the schools have actually adapted to the clip continuous record mode, which is, again, we pretty much create the interop file. Everything's all clipped, everything's all marked and everything like that. All you gotta do is just import it and just trim it down in Thunder. But again, that's the 500 series camera. We also added a solid state drive to it. So you guys can use it for, if you guys wanted to, you guys can use it as a recording backup, a rolling backup. So if you guys are worried about an SD card or anything like that, there actually is a solid state drive you can actually put into the camera that you can actually record to. Again, it's a pretty nice feature. I'm trying to think, and we did add the trigger to that as well, the HMR and UMR 20, just in case you guys wanted it. I'm trying to think what else we could have added. We also added the camera angle for it as well. So in the camera itself, you can actually label the camera end zone, wide end zone, sideline, and so forth. And whenever you import it into Thunder or DB Sport, it actually just comes in. It's already labeled and everything like that for you. One less thing for you guys to do if you guys wanted to do it. I'm trying to think what else. On the 500 series, it is a 4-chip or a 4K imager. So that's the reason why you were able to get the 40 by zoom lens in HD. What else? Oh, we are running, so Betsy, I think, talked about it a little bit ago. We are running an NFL package deal for right now. If you can purchase within March, I believe it's on the 900 series. It includes the lens, the rain cover, the shipping case, and Betsy, do you remember what else? Oh, and the controller and the rear controller for it.
It's a full package. It's
yeah.
really nice.
I called it the NFL game day package because I assumed it's everything that you guys needed for game day. It also includes, I forgot, the 7-inch monitor as well. So you guys want it on the back end. But guys, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, again, we keep making adjustments to the cameras in the sense of the image qualities. We did change out a couple of the chipsets from when the 900 first started coming out, making the image better. Again, it's not a 4K imager on the front end, but it is a 1080p HDR front end, which is, if you put it up against 4K, it looks very equivalent. I know there are some of you guys that have demoed the camera, and you guys seem to think that the image quality was actually pretty good. Some of the guys are actually using it now in the league, and I'm hoping that, I mean, if there's any problems or questions, I think you guys know to reach out to me. But besides that, that's JVC down and dirty. So that's pretty much it. So to be honest, you hit the button on the side of the camera, it instantly goes live. It goes live to wherever the NFL wants it to go to. And it comes in completely synced. And per John's request, we actually, I believe it's in April, the end of April, we are adding a firmware update. And I apologize, I should have brought this up earlier. John didn't like how it was a little bit on the delayed side, which, again, it's kind of on the both ends, on the decoder and the encoder side of it. We did add low latency to it, so we did trim down the delay on it. But we also added synchronization that John was actually looking for as well. So if he brings it into his facility, if you're using more than one JVC product, or the 500 or the 900, they all come in sync. So that was something that John was actually looking for as well. So again, if you guys are doing something outside of Coach's video or anything like that, again, we've been working with John in regards to the SRT as well. So we did add that to both of the cameras. And we're in the process of doing that too. We're going to release some new PTZs. Probably, like, I know it's going to be late in the season for you guys, but we are adding PTZ cameras in with the SRT feed as well.
Hey, Dan, are any of those new PTZs going to be with 4K imagers? I apologize.
They are. Yes, they are.
All right.
Yeah, they're going to have, from what I understand, it's kind of going to be the same thing as the 500 in regards to, it's going to have the 4K on the front end. It's going to be a 4K 20 by zoom lens, but it'll have a 40 by zoom lens in HD. And we also are adding a couple different features to it in regards to, number one, we're going to have an SDI trigger to it. You're also going to be able to record to the camera as well in case you need it. And it's going to have something called, and again, my terminology could be completely wrong on this, I think it's NTP, which is network protocol, so that instead of accessing the camera on the network, you're going to be able to access the SD card that's actually on the camera. So like if you're sitting in Thunder or you're sitting in DV Sport, you can actually bring up the IP address of the camera and actually bring in the SD card as it sits on the camera. So it's going to be like wherever your camera is, as long as it's on the network, and like if you're on the road or anything like that, you can actually physically access it. Again, it doesn't matter, but at least there's no more running cards or anything like that for you guys.
When you guys get those, if you want us to put it into the testing protocol, feel free to let me know.
Oh, you're the first person I'm calling. Trust me, the second I get my hands on it.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. But besides that, I mean, that's where we're at right now. And again, like everything else, COVID kind of hurt us a lot at the very, very beginning. But we have caught up. We have everything in stock right now, which is actually very good for us. We weren't a part of the factory fires that some of the overseas was having, but everything we have right now is shipping within 2 weeks. And if anybody wants a demo, just reach out to Betsy or myself or whatever, and I'm sure I can send some down for you guys.
Awesome. And Dan, so it does work with the UMR20?
Yeah.
It does?
Yep, they both, yeah. All three of the cameras are going to work with it, yes.
Oh, nice.
I mean, technically our PTZ camera now works with it, but it's not an outdoor camera. And a lot of guys want the outdoor without it actually sitting inside of something. So we're actually making like an outdoor version of it.
Oh, that's cool. So will it be, when you say outdoor, weather resistant, or are we still going to find some?
No, it's good. You won't need a cover. You won't need a lens. You won't need to be in a bubble or anything.
Okay.
You just put it up on the wall or wherever you guys want to put it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's hopefully. I mean, to be honest, I helped develop the 500 series, and I've been working on the PTZ for a while now, for almost like 2 years now. So. We're getting pretty close. We're getting pretty close to it. COVID did. I mean, I wanted it to be released at NAB in April of this year, but it's not going to make it. I mean, again, NAB is now in October, but it's still not going to make October.
Oh. Well, your current PTZ cameras are really reasonably priced.
Oh yeah. To be honest, we're that's one of the cameras that we actually are struggling to keep in stock a little bit, just because when people buy them, they buy them in bulk. They buy like 20 of them, 30 of them at a time. We actually have a bunch of teams now that are actually using them for practice, and they love the zoom. The zoom feature on it is amazing on them. They have the 30 by zoom lens on it. It's the only thing that we really struggle at a little bit with that camera is it doesn't have an ND filter. So you have to use some shading and the shuttering and stuff like that. You just have the presets for certain times of the days. That's what you have to do instead of using an ND. But I mean, everybody loves the camera, especially since if it gets hit by a football, it's pretty affordable to replace. There you go. All right, guys, take care.
Thanks, Dan.
See you then. Thank you.
See ya.